few people that are at work today, so they won't be able to be on the call. And hopefully everybody got a chance to look at the materials that I sent out on Friday. And if you have questions as we go, of course, very informal, just speak up if there's something you want to ask a question about. So this is our last full module of the program. So we've got, next Friday our collaboration, and then the week after that will look a little different. It's just, a shorter week. Because of tributes, it may be a little bit different, but I'll get your input next week. During the collaboration about how you want that last week to look for the program. So we're almost done. I love working the plan because really we're just putting everything all together. So you're talking to more people about growing the business. You're on the path to achieving your dreams because you've created those SMART goals and you've got great plans. You're starting to confidently coach your team to help them also grow. And we've got everything in place. So now working the plan is really about checking your progress along the way. So you'll be able to celebrate, the awesome results, but also you can look at it and adjust your actions if needed, because you want to ensure that you're achieving your goals. But sometimes you may find, there's a gap, or maybe you need to challenge yourself more. So we'll kind of talk about that today and analyzing the business in order to do that. So here's our agenda for the day. So what do we mean? What is working the plan? I kind of explained it to you already. And then for the campaign and the quarter. So really looking at campaign by campaign results as well as quarterly results and then long-term results as well. So in understanding what those results are, again, finding the gaps. So where do we need to maybe adjust our plan, right? And then taking action. And then, of course, never forgetting about the multiplier in your business, which is, of course, your team. So we'll look at all of that today. So it's our last full seminar before we wrap up. So it's exciting. You guys all made it. Woohoo! It's important to track your progress so you can adjust your plan along the way. This is where the real, fun begins. You're really bringing it all together. You're implementing what you've worked so hard over these past 12 weeks to get to. You don't want to look back at the end of the campaign ever and start to say, I should have, I could have, I would have. So being proactive, right? You really want to take pulse of how your activities are or aren't. So supporting a successful campaign or the achievement of your long-term goals. So today we're going to review when and how to track your progress along with the red flags that can really help you identify if you need to adjust your approach. Before we get started, we're going to take stock of how we're working our plans today. So I really want to hear from everybody. How often do you guys track your results? How are you tracking your business? How often?
I look at my business every day.
Multiple times a day or once a day?
Depending on which week it is. Gotcha. If it's delivery week or order week.
So it's at least once a day though?
Yeah, mostly it's twice a day.
Okay, so morning and evening?
Yes.
Okay. What about anybody else? Great. And
Jackie, I usually look at mine in the morning when I get up, and I also look at it at nighttime.
Great. So Jackie and Sandy both have larger teams, so that makes sense that they're looking at their business every day and multiple times a day. Yep. Anybody else? Anything different? Perfect. Yeah, and it may everybody might be once a day. I find that most of you have kind of a set schedule where you're looking at and analyzing Vibe. Right when you first get up in the morning. That's my schedule. Just so you guys know, I pull Vibe every morning. I have it at 8 a.m. where I pull my dashboard. It's on my schedule. But then I also look at it throughout the day as well. So sometimes for me, I'll look at it 3 times a day. It just depends on the day, but always every morning pulling it up. So as you're analyzing vibe and you're looking at your business, do you guys find that you adjust your approach if you're not on track? Are you adjusting your schedule or your plan that day or the next day if you find that you're not on track? Like, let's say your order. Yeah.
Absolutely.
Okay. So most of you are doing that, adjusting as you go. Because you might have to make different phone calls that day or call somebody because you see that they went, past due 3 or, something like that. Perfect. Very good.
Mhm.
So it's important to track your progress so you can take the right action and achieve your goals. First, you want to track the progress in the short term or during the current campaign. You have the opportunity to easily see if you are on track to maintain your current title or if you are on track to advance to the next title. Or for people on your team, same thing. You can adjust your actions to ensure your success. It's important to also keep an eye on your progress toward your long-term goals. Track your progress versus the goals you set in the goal setting module pretty much every 6 campaigns or every quarter. And that's what we did. If you guys remember in goal setting, we did it for 6 campaigns. It gives you the opportunity to adjust your plan as needed. And of course, this is the biggest thing, celebrate. So celebrate those successes. We want to stay on track and we want you guys to make sure that you're achieving all your dreams and goals. So when focusing on the current campaign, we're taking stock of any immediate short-term needs to maintain our current title or again, achieve the next title. And I speak to this just because some of you do have larger teams. It may not be you, it may be someone on your team that you're looking at in Vibe. So you've got your individual progress report, and that really provides a nice window, right? I love this report. So you guys probably noticed, and Melanie's not on the call because she's at work, but Melanie was like, Jess, where'd it go? And I was like, it'll be back, right? Did you notice it was down for a little bit while they were adjusting Vibe?
Oh yeah, and I hate it too because I love
know.
that page.
I do too. I love the percentages. But now it should be, so you're going to see it on here. And I just want to let you guys know, I tried to find, different slides today with the updated program, but unfortunately, because we just switched over in campaign 9 to the updated compensation program and the updated dashboard and the updated progress report and all of that, our slides for the leadership development program are not updated. So we're going to be looking at the old compensation plan, but I'll speak to the new compensation plan. So just kind of ignore it. So you're going to see in these examples that it's really going to be the wrong thing for the leader status. But you guys, you'll understand it. I mean, it still gives you a nice window of, looking into the business, but it is back. I noticed, I think Friday it came back up. I don't know. I text Melanie. I was like, it's there again. So it is back for all of you that look at that. That's the first thing normally that I look at when I look at Vibe. So again, it allows you to keep a pulse on where we are doing well and areas of at risk from campaign to campaign. When we identify an area of risk, it's really essential to deploy quick hit tactics to remedy that situation. This might include doing something yourself or, again, providing real-time coaching to your downline. So that may be where something changes that day for you, right? You may look at it and say, oh my goodness, I need to call Dolly today. I can't wait another day. Like, I need to find out what's going on, or I need to call her and celebrate because something great happened, right? She had somebody on her team who had $1,000 sale. So it really is a nice thing to look at on the daily if you can. So I'm not even going to ask this question. You guys are all looking at your progress report every day, right? Because most of you said you're pulling up Vibe every day. So this kind of hits you in the face when you pull up Vibe, unless you've taken it off there.
Yes.
Good. Wonderful. And then what details are you referencing to understand your results? I mean, is there anything you're pulling up to understand results, or you pretty much just look at this? Do you guys switch it to the next title? If you're making the title that you're currently in, do you ever click to that next one to see how?
I do.
Yeah.
Yes.
Good. I love that. So if you're already a bronze leader, click on silver leader, see what you need to get there. And that's kind of what we're going to look at today. We're going to look at an example, and this is Carrie. So she actually is a bronze leader. She participated in the leadership development program, and she checks every day during the current campaign and finds that she's 99% of her current title requirements. So she's super excited, right? Her efforts are paying off. She's making her goals. She's 99% to bronze. She's going to get there. So she has a goal to become silver leader in the next year. So that's where you saw we flipped her progress report over to silver to see what she needed to get there. And this is it. And so this is where I'm going to tell you. So she's got 2 gaps. So she's identified 2 gaps, Carrie, which is total team sales. So you can see that, right? That's why she's 78%. She needs 12,500. That is current in the current compensation plan. And she's at almost 8,000, which is bronze leader. The other gap is she needs another G1 leader. Now, in the current program, she would just need 1. So she truly just needs 1 G1 bronze leader or above. So in Carrie's case, let's say she still needs 1 G1 leader, okay? Is everybody following me? Because this is the old comp plan, these slides. So that's what she would need in order to get to her goal. She still needs, she may have, a silver ambassador, let's just say. So she still needs 1 bronze leader to get to her goal. So she begins to think about, really, how can I adjust my plan to achieve these goals? Even if she can't get them done within this campaign, which she probably can't. She made it for the end of the year, her goal, right? So she knows, it's going to take that incremental increases. She puts things into motion to get them done for the next few campaigns or the next 6 campaigns, right? So what should Carrie do to gain another, well, just 1 at this point, 1 bronze leader on her team?
Well, she should pick the person that has the most potential, that wants to grow their business, and work with that person.
Great. Yeah, we're going to look at it further, but yeah, absolutely. And then she also needs to increase her team sales. Can you guys think of something that can increase her team sales? There's a lot of things.
Fundraiser.
Oh, I love that one. That's actually not on here, so that's a really good one.
More representatives. Mm-hmm.
Increase representatives, absolutely. That'll definitely increase her team sales. So to increase total team sales within this campaign. So this is her putting something into action right now. She's got a couple different things she can do. She can try to increase the number of overall orders, right? So she can call those people who haven't placed an order yet, or she can try to increase the average order size for those orders still left to be placed. So she's got 2 things she can immediately do to affect this campaign. Because remember, she's only 99% to being bronze leader right now too. So she has to do something in order to get that last $100 of sales, right? So she's got that. But yes, it's also going to put good activities into place for her in order to be able to get to that 12,500 over the next few campaigns as well. And here's some ideas for increasing total team orders. And this is probably a lot of what, you guys are doing. So sharing best practices on social media, following up with representatives, again, with no orders, and sharing with them ideas for creating an order during this campaign. So, what do you need? Do you have brochures? Do you have business tools? Is there anything you need personally? Is there any customers you can call that you haven't followed up with during this campaign? Giving them some sort of, bundle that we have out there and, letting them take take that and show it to all their customers or text it to their customers. And then ideas to increase team average order size, share add-on sales, same thing. That would be like the bundle too, you can add on to. And you guys know this. So linking, right? So the linkage. So they buy a lipstick. Are you asking for a lip liner to match? Are you offering that to them and showing that to them? And then cross-category sales. So jewelry, is she buying makeup? Is she buying skincare? Is she buying, fashion? Think about online sales too, because we've got, if people who purchase this item also purchased whatever it is, they've got that on there as well. So thinking about that. Do you guys have other ideas to help her increase the team sales? Fundraising, I think, is a fantastic one. Again, it's not going to be immediate campaign, but if you're especially Bug Guard coming out, right? If you're starting to talk up Bug Guard fundraisers, that's a great one. That's going to hugely increase. What if you got 5 people on your team to do a fundraiser, right? Big team sales. Anything else? Who's really good at cross-category sales that you like to use?
I think I'm really good at it.
Mm-hmm. To what point? What do you like? What's your favorite thing to cross-categorize? To go, I know you're big in skincare, so you're probably number one is skincare, and then what do you go to after that?
I like color. Especially when the seasons change.
Good one.
Lipstick, lip liner, eyeshadow, blush, the whole thing.
Yeah.
The whole color.
Perfect. Yeah. Immediately linking to color and makeup from skincare is the obvious link, right? So then when you've got them there, let's create the whole look, right? Let's get you some jewelry. We've got these great shoes that go so nice with this necklace, right? That's really linking to cross category. Or you've got body, skincare and body go great together as well. You're taking care of the skin on your face. Why not the skin on your body, right? Good. Absolutely. If you continue to teach that to your team as well, you're going to see huge team sale increases if you're really talking that up. So now we want to talk about how she's going to get this bronze leader, right? How is Carrie going to get the bronze leader? Because truly, team sales, she's pretty close, right? But she needs that bronze leader. And right now, all she has is one silver ambassador. So she's got to get that bronze leader. So it might not be possible during this campaign. It's probably not, let's be honest. It's probably not going to happen right now that somebody's going to go from silver ambassador to bronze leader. But she needs to start to put something into place, right? So Miriam said this, recruiting new representatives who might be interested in leadership, right? She said, bring more people onto your team. Exactly. That's one way of getting that bronze leader, right? Another way would be what you guys have been doing throughout planning and coaching is identifying team members who are good potential leaders or who are looking to increase title. So right now we know she's got a silver ambassador. We're probably going to work with that person as long as that's their goal to become bronze leader or above. And you guys, again, are doing this with those people you identified on your team. You're discussing the leadership opportunity. You're discussing the new compensation plan and all the money that's out there for them to make. And then you're also setting up coaching conversations with them to help them get to that next title. And we know we're only coaching those who want to be coached. We're not wasting our time with those people who don't want to set a goal, are good where they are. We're really looking at those people who really want to grow. So we're going to now go from tracking short-term results to our long-term goals. It's a great idea to go through this exercise, again, every 6 campaigns. And I want you guys to know I'm more than happy to do this with you if you want. Once you get through that 6 campaign that we did in the goal setting module, we can go back and we can do another worksheet like that. so we can do the application guide again together and really adjust. You're going to look at it during this application guide, but only for 2 campaigns, not for a full 6 campaigns. So just keep that in mind. And yeah, it's really nice to do every quarter, right? Every 3 months, really look at how you're tracking in order to get to that ultimate dream or goal. And a lot of you set a long-term goal for the end of this year. So it's really nice to look at it every 3 months to make sure you're tracking. So you want to follow the same steps to, again, track that progress as you did to track short term. You want to look at the results versus your goals. You're going to find the gaps. I love this slide, so pay really close attention to it because this is actually part of your application guide. So this is like the biggest portion of your application guide. Everything else on your application guide is really just speaking to these numbers and you writing down some different activities and why you think this is happening, what's good, what's successful, where's your opportunity, where can you change your gap. All of this is in the app guide. So this is a nice one to look at to give you guys an idea of how to complete that. Okay, so you've got your personal, your team, and it looks very much like this. The only thing you're doing, and I'll go over the application guide in more detail, is you're doing it for 2 campaigns based on the goal setting application guide. So you'll pull out that goal setting application guide and do it side by side. Okay, and I'll get to it when we get there. But you see how she's got, we'll say this is Carrie. You see how she's got some gaps. So she didn't quite make her personal sales goal, right? She wanted to get 5 appointments, right? She made 5 appointments. She wanted 6. Her goal was 6. So she was down one almost though. Oh no, her earnings amount she didn't make, but her personal sales, look at, woohoo! We're gonna celebrate, right? Because she's actually over. She achieved that plus. And then team, she set her goal to have 1 leader, and of course it was Carrie, and she wanted a bronze leader, right? And we know she didn't quite get there. So she's still working on somebody on her team though, right? She's working with them. They're coaching that silver ambassador to get to bronze leader within the next 6 campaigns. And then we've got missing the mark a little bit on team appointments, but still great. Her team size is exactly where she wanted it to be. So she may have had, a few reinstatements, right? She had something going on. So it's exactly where she wanted it to be. So another celebration. She's pretty close on team order activity percent. So maybe just going through a couple, different things to bump that up, like what we just talked about. Challenging people to the bundles, giving them ideas on how to sell. Are they doing the 5x5? That kind of thing. Team orders, again, pretty much right on the mark. She missed it by 1. I think that's a celebration. Average order size. So Jackie would talk about cross-category selling, linking, bundles, great things we've got going on, fundraisers, everything you guys came up with today, right? We can talk about that and coach to that, train to that. And then team sales. If average order size and average order activity goes up, then team sales is going to go up. So, but this is nice to look at to kind of see where it's at. So you'll do this. Yeah, you'll do this as you look back at, and then you want to adjust from there.
Yeah, you get the real thing, right? When you do
this
chart. I did it already.
Did you do it? Oh, good.
Yeah, because tomorrow we have the.
I know you do. I know I was going to talk to you about it at the end today. I was going to say, are you ready for me or do you need more time?
No,
well, good. Perfect. Well, good. So Miriam already looked at it and did it, Truly, here's some more ideas to improve personal results. You guys all know this. Again, you've kind of said it as we've looked at this and we just went through it, but prospect more. So the 5x5, right? Go back to people and contact them. Opportunity meetings are a huge one that I know some people really want to start doing. Some of you guys have really talked about that and starting to have opportunity meetings. Following the GROW model, the conversational selling when talking to people. We already said add-on and cross-category sales, stealing other ideas. So texting out the beauty essentials bundle, having an incentive, whatever it might be, right? And then we did all this. So title is your next leader, coaching your next leader, coach lower level leaders to help achieve higher titles. Everything we've talked about as we've gone through these modules, just looking back at them to make sure, am I actually doing this? Can I do more in this area in order to increase there? And then team results, same thing, sharing everything we just talked about during personal, right? Duplicating things in the coaching program. So I really encourage you guys, use the tools that you've gotten in this coaching program. And again, I know a lot of us have talked about it, but utilize those application guides however you choose with your downline, with your team members. If you feel like, they're struggling with talking to people, maybe have them go through the conversational selling application guide and see, where they're struggling, do some role plays, things like that. We just talked about team competitions and offering incentives. I know a lot of you do that. Recognition. I can't say that enough, right? Everybody loves that. Connecting the team with learning opportunities. So if there's any workshops, having them, making sure they're watching the sales meetings and they're not forgetting about those. Any kind of trainings that we offer, making sure that they understand where to find them. And then again, coaching and investing in the right people. So focusing on where you're not hitting your goals and utilizing some of these ideas to get there. Anything else that we didn't talk about that you guys can think of for increasing team results? I mean, I think we pretty much hit everything as we've been talking. Good. So up to this point, we focus on progress and tracking it, adjusting your actions. During the campaign performance, you might track daily or even every couple days. All of you, I hear all of you saying you're looking every day. It really is truly based on the size of your downline. If you have 8 people, you might not look every day, but again, it sounds like most of you are. Beyond the campaign, tracking every 3 months or every 6 campaigns at the end of every quarter. And at the end of every quarter, at least at the end of each year, consider looking back on your results and identifying lessons learned. So things that went really well that you want to continue to doing, or things that you feel like you need to work on. Where is my opportunity? Where do I need to improve? What do I need to change? What can I adjust? And then of course, celebrating success is the biggest thing. This strategic thinking is going to allow you to implement insights gained from the past experiences so that you'll avoid any missteps going forward. You'll really have a plan of action and goal set that you can achieve to get to the next level. So is there anything anybody wants to share of some lessons they've learned over the years as far as setting goals and then going back and reflecting on them? It's okay if not. No. No lessons learned. I can tell you a couple times going through this for now the 3rd or 4th time, sometimes we set our goals too high. So going from silver ambassador to bronze leader in like 3 campaigns, I mean, that's one big thing. I've had to learn as a coach, because I would never want to tell you that I don't think you can get there in 3 campaigns, but I want to make sure it's realistic for you. So having to have that hard conversation with a leader to say, do you really think you're going to jump this amount of money in 3 campaigns? And if you are, really, how are you going to do it? So digging deeper to realize, okay, I don't want to knock you off your high horse. I don't want you to not believe in yourself, but do you really think that that's achievable? Is that attainable? So really looking at them. But also, again, I think for some of you, we had the conversation, are you really challenging yourself, right? Because you might have put a $500 personal sales goal when you're tracking $700 or $800. So why did it go down? So again, making sure you're challenging yourself, because you want your goals to be challenging, because you guys can all do it. So perfect. So we don't want to forget your team, your multiplier, right? So evaluate what you can do for your team and what your team can do for you. And it kind of goes hand in hand, right? We always talk about that. Every single one of you has told me that you love Avon because you like to help other people. You like the satisfaction of helping other men and women, achieve their dreams and goals, duplicate what you do. So I love the team, the old team little acronym, together everyone achieves more, right? And that's so true, because you're helping them to get somewhere. In turn, it's helping you, right? So it's literally true that you can succeed best and quickest by helping others to succeed. And it really is. That's what you guys do every day. You help other people to get to where they want to be, and then it helps you get to where you want. So let's take a quick look at the application guide. So can everybody see it okay? The biggest part of it is going to be that second page. And if you have questions on it as you're going through it, please let me know. But you're going to, before you actually analyze the business, the first page is really looking at your current campaign and what do you think is going well and why do you think that is, before you're looking at the actual numbers. And then what do you think your gaps are and why do you think you're having those gaps? Where are you falling short and why? And then plan to take action. So you're going to identify somebody on your team who consistently places orders every campaign. Why do they do that? And can we share their best practices with your team? Who on your team places the largest orders? So you're going to look at who's your top performer on your team. Why are they so successful? And can you share what they're doing with the rest of your team? I can't read it. How can you efficiently follow up with, can you guys read it? Do you have it out in front of you?
Yeah.
How can you efficiently follow up with, I have it on my computer, but if I minimize my presentation, it usually goes away. But that's okay. I'm going to do it anyway. I'm going to drag it over for you guys to see. So it's bigger because I can't read it on that little presentation.
Yeah.
Efficiently follow. Yep.
Follow up with representatives who have not placed order.
Good. Yep. So what suggestions can you provide to the team to help generate orders to motivate them? Wow, we came up with a lot of suggestions today. And then how many leaders do you need to keep your current title? And it might be none. So you might, unless you're silver leader above, you don't need any leaders to, achieve your current title under the new compensation plan. But what do you need to get to the next title? So what do you need to get to silver or gold or bronze executive? What kind of leaders? And, and then how can you increase the number of leaders on your team? We talked about that today too. And you guys felt pretty confident with everything that was on the screen. What else will you do to ensure overall success this campaign? So remember, this is really about this campaign, looking at your results now in real time. And then we went over this, but what you'll do here is you'll put, and you guys, by the time you do this, you're either going to be doing campaign 8 and 9, or you're going to be doing campaign 9 and 10. So it's really, yeah. So Miriam did 8 and 9, obviously, because we haven't closed out of 10 yet. But if you want it, because it won't take you long to fill in the numbers. That's all right there in your campaign comparison on your dashboard. So, it's completely up to you. If you want to go 8 and 9, do 8 and 9, because you want to get it done. You want to get it over with, right? You don't want to wait until next week, right? You don't want to wait until Thursday when we talk to do it. So that's fine. And then always remind yourself of this. This is something we talked about in our very first conversation. What is your dream? What do you want? And when did you want that by? Keep remembering that as you go through. And I know a lot of you do dream boards and things like that. You know, keep thinking about what are those long-term goals? What are those long-term dreams? And then all you're going to do down here is identify the gaps. So biggest successes at this point, remember it was personal sales for Carrie. So, and why do you think that is? Why do you think you're so successful in this particular area or areas? And then what are your biggest gaps and why? And then based on those gaps, what are you going to do going forward to make sure you achieve your goals? Are you going to repeat your successes and adjust your gaps? What are some actions you're going to take in order to, adjust for those gaps? And then for the next 2 weeks, what are you going to do on your calendar based on what you've just learned up here? What are going to be your biggest revisions? And it may just be like 2 activities, right, that you're going to add to your calendar that are really going to help adjust for those gaps so that you can hit your goals. Okay, any questions? No? Perfect. Now I have to get back to my presentation. Bear with me. So our hot topic for our collaboration, I'm going to move my screen over so you guys can see it because it won't let me hit this little thing here. I have two monitors if you're wondering why it looks like this. I have 2 screens. I want it to just show normal. It doesn't see. Oh, there it goes. Yeah, no. Bear with me. Every time I click out of the presentation, this is what happens. So here you go. We're back. So what is your proudest moment as an Avon business leader? So that'll be the hot topic question. Don't forget, I will put that. You don't have to memorize it. I will put it in the invite for the collaboration call for next week. And you should receive that invite from me on Monday. And then, just to kind of wrap up working the plan, it's really going to be amazing on our one-on-ones over the next week or so to talk about the accomplishments and really celebrate. And then, don't be hard on yourself. If you're not achieving your goals now, I know you can once you start to look at this and you adjust and adapt. It really is an eye-opener for many. So don't be so hard on yourself if you're not meeting some of those goals. That's what these exercises are for, to start to realize, okay, how can we get there? What do we need to adjust? How can I adapt in order to get there? So we always want to think about this. It's like a circle, right? We plan. We have a good plan. We execute is where I hear you guys saying a lot of the time that you struggle, right? You struggle, holding yourself accountable to executing your plan. And then tracking. So are we doing this on a consistent basis? Are we doing this? We're planning every 3 months. We're executing for those 3 months. We're tracking our progress at the end of the 3 months, and then we're starting all over again. Okay. And it may be every campaign for you, but it's at least every 3 months, right? To make sure we keep on track for that end goal. Okay, perfect. Does anybody have any questions about anything about the module today or anything else? No? We're good? Well, perfect. Well, thank you guys so much. I look forward to our one-on-ones. This is one of my favorites. So, as we speak to it and your goals to see where you are and adjust everything, I really do love this one. I get a lot of aha moments out of the working the plan. So I look forward to our one-on-ones. Miriam, I've got you at 11 tomorrow. Everybody else is next week. I will send reminders out as we get closer, and then I will also send your invite for collaboration next Friday on Monday. Okay? Wonderful. Well, I hope everybody has a great rest of the week and an awesome weekend. If you need me, just let me know. And otherwise, I will talk to everybody in the next couple days. Okay?
Okay.
Take
Thank
care.
you.
Thanks so much.
Thank you.
Bye.
Thank you.
Bye.
Much.